Good afternoon. It's Pamela here. I'm working with the plant medicine of Goldenrod. We had a deep talk today on Instagram about the difference between herbalism and plant medicine. And herbalism is just understanding the plant constituents and compounds and the chemistry of how to make something out of a plant in your wild crafting, and how to do that safely and beneficially. And it's that time of day, where everybody's coming off of work. And while I do live in a rural environment, it's not going to sound like it right now because every big Colorado truck is going to drive by at the time I try to talk to you guys. So thanks for, letting me be human in that. It's not that time of the year where you're going to catch me out while crafting and taking you with me on these journeys up into the mountains. Not quite yet. It's still too cold. So we're working with the plant medicine of Goldenrod, and what I mean by plant medicine is the spiritual and personal journey that she brings to you. So the emotional and spiritual effect of working with a plant and how she communicates and how she works for your health mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So let's see how I can... Why don't we let you turn your camera around? So hopefully I can show you a little bit of Goldenrod here that you can see her. But yeah, I'll just hold her up this way. So she is flowery. These are mainly a little bit of dried yellow golden flowers, with the rod, the stem, otherwise, and the leaves. So that's everything. All the aerial parts of the plant have gone into the nourishing infusion that I have made from her. I just opened this one like 5 minutes ago, so you can see it's not sealed. But she has kind of I don't know if you can see that in the sun, but a really golden color. Hence the word goldenrod. And her flowers are like a rod at the top, and they are bright yellow when you harvest them. All right. She grows in the late summer and into fall, when the days and the sun kind of grows shorter, when the days grow shorter and the sun is kind of calming down a little bit. Goldenrod often grows together, so you will get like a whole patch of them versus just one. I'll just explain a little bit of the herbalism for a minute before I talk about what she did and how I've been working with her these past few days, and been working with her for about a week with nourishing herbal infusions. So she's a anti-inflammatory. You can gargle with her, make a gargle for mouth infections and those little ulcerations you get in your mouth. Gingivitis, goldenrod is really good over time. I found that, as with most herbal healing remedies, it requires time and patience. We are so conditioned, if you will, with allopathic medicine and these, snap right away benefits to things. And what I'm learning from plant medicine is that healing is meant to be a journey that takes you down an emotional road as well, because there's always an energetic reason why. There's always a belief system involved. There's always something that the mind is trying to tell the body as well, in terms of the energy of why, the body doesn't work the way we want it to. So when you work with that in plant medicine, you're going to get further than just getting your symptoms to dissipate. You know what I mean? So when you kind of get yourself out of the allopathic world conditioning of, my symptoms are gone, therefore I'm getting better, you go a lot further in plant medicine. So this is, I've just opened this particular nourishing infusion. She's incredible. And I'm really looking forward to teaching you a lot about infusions, tinctures, teas, all sorts of things, syrups, elixirs, all sorts of things that we can get into together. So she's primarily, goldenrod is a great ally because of the rhizomes that come from the plant constituents. So she is, some people say it's a mild diuretic, but I've got to tell you, my experience has not been that. She is like a pee like a racehorse diuretic. Um, she's just loaded in antioxidants and flavonoid rich. She's great for the skin. If she's also antifungal. So if you struggle with yeast infections, you can literally create like a douche out of it. With her anti-inflammatory actions, she can work to kind of calm down, because she is an astringent. She can calm down certain spasms that you have, particularly like interstitial cystitis spasms, or the bladder spasms. Sorry, big Colorado truck. Are the bladder spasms that you get, with UTIs and kidney infections. She can calm that down. She works well to push out kidney stones, like so that you can release that. She's also great for some different things that aren't really along those same lines, like lung support, oxygenation of the blood so that you can breathe better if you struggle with COPD or asthma. She's great for any sort of candida or fungal infections. You can make a poultice out of her for athlete's foot, strangely enough. One of my kids used to get those in between his toes. It's disgusting, and I won't name him today. A mouth gargle for sore throats she's really good with. She's great with all the weepy skin conditions like eczema and psoriasis. She's great for any thing in your body that kind of like is leaking, like leaky gut, IBS, things like that. Where you have a lot of that kind of weeping, oozing stuff going on inside or out. She's great for that because of her astringent qualities. Like I said, the disclaimer on that is you will pee if you internalize this particular medicine, the goldenrod, and you will do so a lot. Let's get to the heavier plant medicines that I can tell you about. This is my second time working with her. I'll be going deeper into my plant medicine journeys on my Patreon channel starting on in February. The first week of February, we're going to be starting on all sorts of recipes that I've created and how I've worked with her, how to forage for her, how to grow her, and not just this herb, but many of them. We'll go deeper there. But for now, I can tell you that the plant medicine with the goldenrod has taught me about the energy of the sun and what that means for me personally. Plant medicine is so personal. So I'm learning that I need to accept the energy of illumination as represented by the element of light through the sun. I'm learning how to keep shining that light and illuminating my warmth, even sometimes when I feel others' negativity and when I feel that I'm around people who can't do that. I have to shine for them if they can't. Like, that's what I'm learning. Because goldenrod, from the physiological standpoint, sort of lights up all the dark, damp spaces in the body and in the mind. And it's really important to work with her in terms of understanding even the etymology of her name. Her species name is solidago, which comes from a Latin word that translates to make whole. So I'm learning a lot about wholeness when I feel like I have to hold back my light, or hold back the way that I shine my warmth, or hold back the way that I am in my light, right? So I've learned that goldenrod is a plant medicine valuation system of emotional transition, times of transition in your life, balance, wholeness, integrations during transitory times. So it's just very interesting. So she's for moderate use. So I would say you could use her for up to 15 days and then take an equal amount of time off. And that 15 days is, something you'll need to kind of look into when you're working with the plant to see if that's too much for you. But I'd say that would be the longest that I would work with her, because she's a moderate use plant medicine. I do need to give my disclaimer to you that I'm not a doctor. You always need to talk to your medical professional, particularly if you're on allopathic medications, or if you see a doctor regularly. It might be a good idea, because I'm not a doctor. I don't know how these meds mix with other medications, and sometimes they could affect other medications. So I'm not qualified to diagnose you or treat you, and my plant offering experiences do not promise cures. I can only tell you from my experience and from the experience of the clients that I work with, and as a medical intuitive who works with the spiritual energy of plants, I can tell you a little bit about what could possibly happen, but we are not all jars with labels on them, right? So what I'm also learning from the plant medicine of Goldenrod is how to embrace change. Like, I learned that I really don't like it. Like, I act all excited, like I consciously like want to be like, yeah, change is good, I want to grow. And then when it happens, I'm like, that scares me, or I feel controlled. And I like literally break down or get mad or get resistant to the change. And I learned about how strong I am to actually persist through change, but also to resist it when certain aspects of change would be too diminishing for my light. I learned how to be strong and how to kind of understand how to communicate when I want to stay myself and not lose myself, you know. So Goldenrod is about the capacity to give your strength away powerfully without feeling diminished. And that's been a big theme in my life right now. And it's very strength giving. You know, this particular plant helps us find access to hope, even in like what would appear to be a fearful, dark place. She helps us remember our strength. Mary Oliver said about Goldenrod, she said, they rise in a sweet stiffness. They rise in a sweet stiffness and in the pure peace of giving one's gold away. So overall, I'm understanding the balance of my own power and how to give my power away and shine my light without feeling diminished, and how to just stand like strong. Goldenrod represents strength, and to stand strong in who I am, shining my light without feeling diminished or allowing others to really break my boundaries in myself. So it's a power medicine. I'm going through a lot. I'll keep talking about her if you want, if you're interested, throughout my journey with Goldenrod this week, you know, as I'm healing like yet another potential UTI. I can feel them coming on. And Goldenrod will be, if I start working with the medicine powerfully enough, I can completely prevent it. So I think that's the case that's going on this time in plant medicine. So again, I think it's next week, sometime on the first week of February, I'll be starting deeper, powerful Q&As about how to work with these plant allies, how to make the tinctures and the balms and the salves, the elixirs, the teas, the nourishing infusions, etc. Because it's not like one size fits all. Every plant has a different medicine. Every plant works differently in terms of how you can work with her chemical compounds and how you would actually make a medicine. So that's been a fun 7-year journey. So I'm going to be doing that on my Patreon channel. You can find that at patreon.com/Forest Medicine Woman for tiny amounts of money. I think our lowest tier is like $9 or something. So I just can't wait to be doing the Q&As there. We're going to start that really, really soon, and I hope to see you there. And I apologize for the background noise, that I can't be out in the forest right now because it's winter. Believe me, I want to be. I look forward to bringing you out on my foraging adventures as soon as it gets warm enough and things actually start blooming. That's going to be exciting. I look forward to bringing you into my adventures with planting as well, because we are going to be doing some restorative gardening this year for plant medicines, and I'll be sharing all of my best kept secrets for that as well, and some of my flaws and the ways that I mess things up and kill plants and all that fun stuff too, what I've learned as well. So I'll see you very soon. Bye bye.